Buenos días. No habla español. No, Australian. See you, fellas. Jesus. Anyway, I know why the Mayans abandoned this place. It was the Mozzies, clearly. Right, well, camp set up. Lovely spot, as you can see. And I reckon this probably was the reception. The lobby of the resort. Right, well, good morning, everyone. Today we're once again in Qintana Roo. Weather's lovely. And we're going to do a bit more shopping today, because I will start doing a bit more camping. I need to get some food, some coffee, some sugar, that sort of stuff. So, they've got a Walmart here. So I'm going to go check that out, because they've got a little bit of everything. I had something very cool happen to me, very gracious happen to me the other day. So when I pulled up into Qintana Roo, I was going into my Airbnb, just sitting on the side of the road, and a guy pulled up on a motorcycle, and he went, "Here you go," and he handed me the remote control for my camera. So that's sort of, I've got it tied onto basically just here, and it is the size of a coin. It's a tiny little thing, and it had fallen off, and I'd never noticed. And he'd seen it, followed me, waited till I stopped, and then gave it to me. So, you know, thank you very much. You're a very nice fellow, whatever your name was. Oh, here it is, Walmart. The subframe that holds the skid plate on is missing a bolt. So we're going to try and find a hardware store and see if we can sort that out. And here we go. Look, it's a beautiful spot here. The water looks lovely. Around here, probably not a good place to swim. It's all mangroves and a lot of reefs out there. It's had a quick look out onto where the boat ramp was. But I'm sure there's going to be some beaches further up, and I can get a bit of a swim. Oh, what a beautiful spot. What a beautiful. So on the next town up from Qintana Roo, heading north, only a 15-minute drive. Cheers, those places are place is awesome. I'm gonna go. What I imagine picnic homes spot. It is approximately 4.7 kilometres from me. And apparently it's on the water. Didn't have a great experience last time with water, but hopefully this time I won't get a big storm. I haven't checked the forecast, but I don't think I'll get a storm as violent as that last one, you know, it almost looks like it, well, it looks like. Australian. For those people who are under the impression that there's no law and order in Central American countries, or it's a bit, you know, loose, I've been stopped by the police at roadblocks 4 times in the last couple of days, and they've all been great, you know, don't get me wrong, but I've been stopped by police in Australia by roadblocks no times in the last 10 years that I can remember. So, yeah, there you go. So the tent's up, it is early in the afternoon, it's only 3 o'clock, so might have to break out. So, fun fact, best firelighters in the world is cotton wool soaked in Vaseline. This stuff burns like you wouldn't believe. So what you do is you boil some Vaseline and just soak cotton wool in it, and it burns for about 5 minutes and burns very well, as you can see. Good morning, I've had a good sleep. It's 6:45 in the morning. That's what stayed last night, as you know. A little bit of rain at 4:30 in the morning, wasn't too bad. This morning we're going to go and have a look at those buildings over there and have a bit of a wander around the place. And there is an archaeological dig about 2 kilometres up the road, which I'm going to also go and have a look at as well. Rent. I'd say it's been abandoned a long time, you know, maybe 10 years. There's nothing on the on Google Maps about it. It's at the end of a, you know, a pretty, well, not a rough road, but an unsealed road. kitchen's bedroom. That was the bathroom. Maybe a kitchen, maybe just a sitting room. Another villa just there. And through here. Like I said, it's been abandoned for many, many years. It's quite overgrown. This obviously had a roof of some description. Wooden roof, probably thatched. Another villa through there. I reckon this might have been maybe the restaurant. Maybe the kitchen. Why is that squeaky sound? Because I'm wearing my motorcycle boots. Because I don't want to step on anything that's going to bite me. Like that thing, whatever that was. Okay. Maybe this was the chamber of the kitchen. To the bathroom. That was the bedroom, I say. So it was pretty extensive, and I reckon this probably was the reception, the lobby of the resort. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It's a spiral staircase going upstairs. Maybe these are bedrooms? There's a bed in there, so yeah, maybe this is another of the accommodation. Maybe this was, yeah, you've got a kitchen in here. Ah, very nice. And you come up here, have your drinks. Look here. Yeah, why did it fail? I don't know. Coming in here, there's a lot of these tourist parks in the area. You know, it's a bit sad because, you know, one day someone had a vision, spent a lot of money developing that vision, and then slowly watched it crumble, which is always a little bit sad, I suppose. So it is. Hey, we're going off to a little Mayan ruin which is located not very far from here, probably about 2 kilometres. I bypassed it on the way in. I don't know too much about it, but I'll know when I get there. Just got to find my way out of this place. Pretty overgrown. Going to leave my tent there, my stuff there, working on the theory that no one's going to mess with it. Did see some locals the other day, or yes, last night. They were pretty friendly and they said I could camp here, no problems at all. So this place is called Oxtankah. They don't really know what the real name was. They assume it was that name, according to the plaque I just read. And it was a city. Well, I'll tell you what, I've encountered a lot of ancient Mayan mosquitoes. It's unbelievable the amount of Aussies in here. I don't even know how they found these places. You know, the jungle's so dense that when they first, when archaeologists or explorers came along, how they found them, I do not know. Yeah, it's quite impressive. So this is the plaza. Fucking mozzies. I'm not going to have any blood left soon. Pretty impressive the amount of work that took to do all this sort of stuff. Jesus. Anyway, I know why the Mayans abandoned this place. It was the mozzies, clearly. Look at these guys. Hey, buddy. See you, buddy. Looks like a Spanish church, I suppose. I think they may have built as a town, perhaps on the Mayan ruins. Because it doesn't look Mayan. Let's have a look at what the sign says. Yeah, it looks like a church, man. It's got an altar. Hey, lizard. In the second half of the century, the Spaniards built, second half of the 16th century, the Spaniards built a chapel in the north of Oxtankah using stones from the pre-Hispanic structures, walls and roofs and altars. Yeah. So that's the place of Oxtankah. I didn't stay very long, maybe 20-30 minutes. The mosquitoes were just absolutely devouring me. But yeah, so it was a town, a Mayan village, a small one. It's called Oxtankah, but they don't know exactly why it was called that. Sorry, they don't know exactly what its real name was. That's the name it got later on. And when the Spanish arrived in the 16th century, they occupied it. Obviously, it was vacant by then, I think. And they built a church, and there's some other dwellings on it. Obviously, best piece of real estate, you know, you're going to build on it. But shit, mate, the mosquitoes, like nothing I've ever seen. I suppose it's just part of the environment here. And, yesterday, I got myself an Airbnb. No, just kidding. I've moved into one of the abandoned villas. Having lived in the Northern Territory for a few years, I was camping just there, 20 metres away, where the fireplace is. And at low tide, this looks to me exactly like crocodile country. Now, I don't know if there's any crocodiles. I know there are crocodiles in the lagoons further inland. I don't know if there's any on the coast. I don't have the internet here, so I couldn't check. So I moved into this lovely place, which was pretty comfortable last night. So we say goodbye to this location. We've been here a few days, absolutely lovely. Obviously the beach, well, there's no beach, so we're going to go further north and check out a beach that I've seen. But more on that later.